them again. I can only do kind of my en route reads. It was extremely hot out here today where I am, so I was, yeah, better that I do things at night. But nonetheless, just throwing something out there for August. And again, this won't be for everybody. It's going to be specific to whoever can relate to this energy. So using a couple of different decks, of course, and I will do another tarot reading at some point here, but this is for August. Using the Kipper deck. I don't really use this one very often, and so because of that, my meanings are going to be fairly traditional in keeping with the actual deck, because I don't really use this one all that much. But anyway, well, let's just get right into it. So there's some good cards here, but there's also some, I don't want to say not so good cards, but certainly some that seem to be a little bit more challenging. So whatever that means here. Okay, so starting off, again, in this situation, doesn't have to be a married couple, can be a significant relationship to you. Sorry guys, bit of an issue. All right, so going back in here. Okay, so what I see here with the marriage card out here, of course, this is really about either some kind of a traditional connection or a coupleship or something that's more of a long-term, but a significant relationship nonetheless is what I would say that we're talking about here. Seems to be coming through quite significantly. Some kind of business partnership or joint venture, whatever it is, that kind of thing is kind of at the helm here. So I did pull a few different things here below as clarifiers. But like I said, I do feel like this is something about a relationship. And again, we'll just kind of pull it together here as I pull the cards. So something here around a significant connection. Again, it could be in business as well. It doesn't have to be in a romantic situation. The fact that we're dealing with distant horizons. So there could very well be something or someone who is at a bit of a distance or something along that line. But either way, there's something here that kind of speaks to some kind of situation. It's a positive card, though, so I will say that. This is a situation where if the person is at a distance, I would say that there is still something here of a hopeful connection. So there's something here about either visiting a faraway place or wanting to be somewhere with this other connection that's at a distance. But there's something here that's really significant about this contact that is either at a foreign land or a little distant or whatever it is in that respect. So again, it's still a positive card here. So I would say there's something of kind of a dream-like quality with this. So it's more of a positive, as I said, even in looking at the, it's an anchored situation. It's something that is grounded. It's a good connection. It's positive. It's something that is hopeful. There's also something of a child situation here. Now, this could be like the childlike innocence of this connection here, but there could also be something coming through in regards to an actual child. But it's still energy that's all very happy. It's still something that's really quite positive, and it definitely speaks to, you know, feeling like there is some possible nostalgia with this person, like someone that you've known for quite some time, and maybe even through childhood as well, because it does feel, I'm getting strong feeling of, you know, this is somebody that you consider to be family. And again, whether you have a child with them or not, again, the energy is going to be a little bit different. It's, you know, you're not all making, as I say, decisions on a Friday and you know, all your major decisions are all made in a week, that kind of thing. So just to allow for a little bit of the flexibility in the time frame. But either way, I do feel like this is sort of the start of that restart, maybe, of that relationship in some way. So whether there's kind of small talk or some, you know, kind of vulnerable sort of moments here, you know, in this connection, it just feels like there is something very positive that's starting in regards to a particular type of connection. Now, when we get to toil and labor, and again, these ones are really supposedly my clarifiers. I did pull quite a few because I was a little bit confused about sort of the idea of this connection. So when I see the toil and labor, I feel like there's a sense that there could have been a lot going on with this situation, where there may have been some challenges, and it definitely speaks to, there could have been something in around even money where there wasn't a lot of advancement in a connection as well for some, or it just felt like there was too much obligation in some way. But either way, because all of the cards that are beside it are quite positive and sort of bode well for a positive future, I would say this card is really more about kind of minding the wheel and kind of, getting in there and doing the stuff that you have to do to sort of rebuild this connection, or to make it more, more amicable, or moving ahead, like getting all the pieces working together as it's kind of depicted in the card. So there is something here with a main male. So again, a very strong energy coming through around someone who is clearly significant to this reading. So for some of you, this might be somebody, like I said, that you have known for quite some time, but it definitely feels like somebody who is pretty significant in this read. So this is some kind of partnership. I would say that there is some very strong connection too. So whether, again, it's a business one, because there is sort of the business card out here, as well as, but maybe you're in business together, I'm not sure. But either way, the card sort of indicates that there is still something here that's encouraging. But, maybe work has sort of been a priority for someone, over the relationship. There is the false person out here. Now, this is kind of what confused me a little bit, and that's why I said when I was pulling them, I'm like, that didn't quite make sense. And when I tried pulling out the cards of the tarot on it, believe it or not, that repeatedly came out with a false person here as well. So I don't know, maybe somebody is at a distance, kind of presenting themselves a certain way, but it's really not quite what you would expect, because it came out repeatedly with the tarot. And even though I didn't use them in this particular read, I will do another read separate from this. But maybe there's been some lies, or there's been some deceit. And again, maybe while they've been away, there's been lies and deceit, or maybe this is something that you've already just kind of gone through. But either way, I feel like this has been kind of the energy around this person. So I feel like this is something you just need to be watchful for. Okay, now the thing about these ones here, like this is again sort of clarifying even further into things. The fact that I know what the next card is that's coming out with this pathway card is, I want to say, I don't necessarily read cards in their literal sense. So what I'm seeing with the pathway is that, things have been a little bit rocky and things have kind of gone uphill as the card depicts, but it definitely still speaks to a journey that has been, I would say, somewhat enduring and lengthy. So there's still a lot of continuous development going on in this connection, whatever it is. But either way, I just feel like there is light at the end of the tunnel, as we're looking at here. So there could have been someone here that has had a period of bad health, or I won't say it's something that you are hearing about anytime soon. I feel like this is energy that's kind of already out there. So I feel like there has been bad health for you or someone else. And again, maybe this is mental health, or maybe it's just been a cold or something, some minor illness. But the reason why I sort of veer away from that a little bit is just because the cards that follow are a little heavier. So I feel like, if you are considering getting a checkup, not a bad idea, just to kind of curtail any minor issues. Now, the card of the journey, and this one is a little bit more significant. It's kind of leading up even further to what I was getting at. The card of the journey does indicate there's been a long haul with this connection, and this, could very well be a wealthy person, or somebody who has money for sure. But I definitely feel like there is a chance that there's travel involved here, maybe going toward each other. But there's something here about a step forward in this direction. So, you are likely either going off onto some kind of a trip here in this dynamic. This could be concerning work. This could be concerning work and a family situation. or a significant relationship. We have all those cards out here, but there's just something here that kind of speaks to there being a kind of journey here. Now, again, as I said, I don't really take these in quite the literal sense. So, I mean, when we see the death card out, which really I guess the coffin would be, doesn't necessarily represent it as an actual death, even though there was a card of illness out here. I feel like, I mean, if there is a chance or a possibility for some of you, and I feel this would be rare, remote sort of scenario, but if someone did hear of a passing and they were headed to this location, I don't feel it's related to this coupleship. I feel like it would be an independent situation. So, but the card, you know, in its other sense as well, does indicate some kind of, you know, huge change. There's something that's kind of been a challenge that is, there's light at the end of this tunnel, like I said, but it's almost like, you know, in this sense, whatever, something is finished up. There's a conclusion to something here. And maybe it's a conclusion to the deceit, because the deceit card was out here. And so that is, you know, where things are starting to, could be the end of a relationship, as I said as well. But I don't know that I see it quite like that. And the reason why I say it, like I said, is because all the other cards speak to light at the end of the tunnel and so on. That's why this feels very independent and separate from that. So I would say this is really more along the lines of hearing something around, you know, maybe the loss of someone or something that has ended in some way. So again, there could be a journey which is creating travel around it to, you know, to sort of finalize things or however. Now, the fact that we get to the King of Cups, and again, I didn't do a lot of tarot on this one because, I mean, I just feel like some of you in terms of a relationship are dealing with a water sign. Definitely does speak to father figure, older, more mature, that kind of energy. King of Cups is somebody who's usually pretty good with their emotions, very in control of things. Sorry, guys. Just consider that like a wake-up call. But anyway, and it does feel like with the King of Cups, like this is still something that kind of is strong energy. And I say that because, or even when I pulled the other cards, there's just a lot of real strong masculine energy. So I feel like this, you're really dealing with, if not one, even two possibly, very strong masculines in this particular read. But King of Cups, like I said, just feels like this is somebody who, it could be water sign here that's present as well. But again, it's a strong energy, strong masculine energy all around you. Sorry, guys, I'm going to have to figure out another little setup here with this, so I apologize. Sorry, Priyanka. Hi. Current feeling of Shanu Rajak for me. Okay, well, I'll finish this part up first because I do have some other cards that kind of, I was going to go through here too. But anyway, we'll just zip through that. So Page of Wands is usually a communication from a water sign, or at least there's something that's coming through. There is something about, again, strong masculine energy that's very much highlighted with the Emperor here. And I do feel like Emperor means kind of taking charge, taking control. This could be a water sign that's kind of taking charge, taking control, or feels in control of a situation. However, there is a deep, and again, it came through with the coffin on the other front there as well. So again, I don't feel like a literal death because the cards that follow, there are some challenges around it, but because there's challenging cards, I'm not seeing Four of Swords, which, you know, could indicate something a little more permanent. I'm seeing shifts of energy. And again, with the death, it's like a father figure or something there's a conclusion. There's an end to a situation here, possibly with this strong energy. Because when we get to, again, the Five of Wands, there's an extreme amount of jealousy in a situation. And I feel like that has to shift. And again, a lot of harsh words, a lot of communication issues that are coming through here. And again, dealing with a Libra, which would be yourself, Gemini, an Aquarius energy. So I'm just kind of going through it very quickly. But again, there feels like there is still some level of cooperating, and yet, and things are kind of moving in the right direction. So it's like the end of a cycle is kind of closing up here, and it's something has ended in a particular way that was quite, you know, quite significant because there's been a dramatic shift in this person. And I feel that because of that shift, it is leading to some kind of coordinated effort to, you know, bring about a happy resolve. So what I see here again with the Sun card is obviously could be a coordination with a younger person here as well, childlike energy, but it still feels like coordinating something that is regarding distance and travel. All of that is a big part of this because the card of celebration comes up here. So again, there is some sense of a celebration or something that you're going toward here that could be at a bit of a distance, but there is definitely something to it that has more of a positive feel. Now, I want to just kind of go through some of the other cards here. This one is the different deck, of course, and I'll do the other ones as well for, do the other ones. Sorry, guys, I was trying to figure out what that one. Anyway, this one was the angel card answers. So I will also, actually, if I can find it here, sorry. I was going to pull another one for you, but I just have to find the deck. I sort of buried it. Oh, there we are. So you can ask a question here as well. But for the moment, the immediate cards that came out, and again, this is whoever this speaks to, there's something here that kind of speaks to something in a year from now that is going to be making a huge shift in your life. There is something that is coming in that's going to make a big difference to your life. So, and not only that, I also chose another card that kind of spoke to the same sort of thing, because a year from now is literally a year from now. So this is all about staying optimistic up until that point, at least, because there's something that's going to be involved that's more favorable for you. So again, there's something that you're not necessarily seeing yet, but it is an answer to a prayer, because we also have big happy changes coming in. So there is something, at a bit of a distance from now that's going to make a huge difference in your life. So I would just keep your eye to that. Just know your timelines will all be a little bit different for each of you, because you're all, making decisions different times and so on. And of course, we all work through the energy a little bit differently at our own pace. So the thing about big positive changes, coming into your life can relate to your career, can relate to, entering into a new relationship, or, just a general kind of, advancement on a holiday or whatever. But either way, it's some kind of exciting news or something that's coming forward here. So I just feel like you are in the right energy. You're in the right space. So you're taking an action plan, basically. Now, the other ones I asked about, this was more a career purpose. So again, whoever this resonates for seems to be around a protected path. Now, there's something here that kind of speaks to, a path that is safe and supported while you change your career. So you're kind of moving into a space right now that is going to be life-altering. And maybe that's why the death card came out there, and it's also around, taking kind of control of your life and all of that. But you have very strong energy around a protected path, and they both correlate with each other, the cards that follow. So you're definitely guided through this period, and it is still, where you're safe again, and you're supported, and it's some kind of a career change. So continue to hold your focus, because whatever changes you're making right now, keep doing more of them, because they're about to bring more blessings into your life. So there's something here as well, about even your attitude, it, needs to be in this same space, because that is going to otherwise delay any happiness for you. So just making sure that you fully commit, to your purpose and the opportunity that's about to support your higher good and move you into a space of whatever your manifestation was. So it is definitely somehow correlated to books. So you connect to your life purpose through the involvement of books. So whether this is you as a writer, whether this is you as, somebody who's very educated and wants to continue studies, but there's something here about learning more, and it has the involvement of knowledge. So there's definitely something here that kind of speaks to your interests, being involving the written word. So again, or whether it's just you who wants to learn a fair amount, sorry guys, I'm just trying to keep this read interesting. Okay, so whether this is you wanting to, just learn a fair amount. Okay, I can't shift around, sorry. But whether this is you who wants to, to kind of get into a new space or a new career path, whatever it is, there's still a lot of involvement around needing to get some answers, from these books or from whatever it is that you're trying to study. Sorry, my radio might come on now too. But either way, again, I feel like if you're writing a book, then this is support of that as well, because the next card out is writing. So you heal, you inspire, you teach, you entertain with the words that you write. So there's something very significant about the knowledge and about the things that you communicate. It translates well in, aspects of study or knowledge and writing. So for those of you that are teachers, or those of you that enjoy always constantly learning, this is your path. So again, something with writing is very significant to this path. And I do feel like whatever your work, doesn't have to be even specifically writing. You could be just writing something that translates into a video or whatever as well. But whatever it is, this is, an indicator of there's a fair amount of self-discipline and teaching and instruction and learning on a regular basis, because you're really engaged with the material. All right, skipping on to the other stuff. And then we get to Great Fortune. So again, this is the Kipper deck. Sorry, I was just reading Mihak. And hello, and hi, Mohammed. Just reading some of the comments there, guys. And hi, Max, new subscriber, appreciate it. Good to see you guys. So again, when we get to the Great Fortune card, there is something that is kind of in the works. So this is obviously something that's quite significant to you, because Great Fortune doesn't come from, immediate luck in a lotto ticket. This is something you really invest yourself in. So I would say that whatever this is, it's enabling you to position yourself in some kind of powerful space. So again, there's some kind of fortune up ahead here, but it definitely is a wish come true that you're moving into, and I feel like it's a very fruitful path. And so it speaks to me as you're aligned with your true purpose. You're doing something that you love to do, and it's very positive, and it's the right thing for you to do. And unexpected income. So there might be something, whether this is you or somebody else, that's coming into unexpected income, but there's definitely something here that's quite significant that does speak to, money. So again, the money's up ahead, and it's probably not too far off. Now, I will say that, universal time is far different than, our dates and times, because our time cycles from, antiquity and all of those things were different, than the time frames that we have of today. And of course, then there's the time shifts from, different time zones. So, I mean, like, again, there's a lot of things to kind of consider when you really break down time. So again, don't be expecting this in the next week necessarily, but I feel like, as you continue to move on this path, you're going to see that it's a profitable one, because unexpected income definitely is a surprise, bonus of some sort, or something that's going to help you out. But either way, I just feel like it's a very surprising amount of money that's coming through into your household, and it does help you to, purchase something or make something a little bit easier in your life. It's unexpected money, period. So either way, I don't think, that's a bad one all around. Okay, we're getting right into the final cards. And again, I don't read the Kipper deck so much. I really just read the tarot. So if this is not as appealing, then, follow along for my tarot readings. This is just something I just wanted to try, something different for a little bit. I haven't done this one for a while. So anyway, when we get to the card of community, again, this is you being involved with your community in some way in the month of August. There's going to be some kind of a gathering or something here that is, local pub or whatever, or some kind of event of some sort where there's a lot more support. So I just feel like, whether you're connecting with family or relatives, friends, whatever, or people that are just very, very like-minded, I just feel like this association is still really positive, and it's a teamwork kind of atmosphere. So we also have something of high honor, and maybe this is why. Maybe you're actually getting some kind of high honor or praise or something for something that you have done in the community. There's something here that kind of speaks to you being, because it's all positive cards, except for, as I say, the death and transition card. There's something there that I do feel is coming to an end, but I'm not sure exactly in what way there. But either way, it does feel like overall you're kind of graduating. You're moving up the scale there, so to speak, is what this really talks about. So again, kind of a landmark card. It definitely speaks to, you know, all the other cards, you know, there being a lot of positive community involvement. Again, could be getting some kind of praise or some kind of acknowledgement from, you know, those around you. But either way, I just feel like, or maybe this is just an invitation, you know, where somebody is kind of you know, I don't want to say demonstrating love, because it doesn't feel love for me on that. It feels more appreciation, you know, just recognition from your peers, or possibly an award or something that's coming through. So just kind of enjoy the moment is basically what it speaks to in August. Okay, so let me just, sorry, sweating hot out here. Just going to turn the fan down a bit. All right, so I will get into just answering a couple of questions here. I just have to find the right deck. Sorry, guys, you're going to have to wait just a couple seconds. Okay. Oh, actually, maybe I'll do this one here too. Okay, so if for those of you that just want to ask a question right now, randomly, I'll just pull a card. So whoever this, as a general collective for Libra, what is an answer to their question for the majority? For the majority of the Libra, please answer a question for them. What do they need to know? Okay, so what you need to know, draw 3 cards. That you do have helpful people around you. There is a community of support. Something is perfect timing. And to forgive. So for whoever that resonates for, those are your cards. Okay, one more second here, guys. Just trying to find my other deck. All right. Okay, so I will just try to get a couple of answers out here for you guys. Okay, so questions are, Muhammad, oh, I'm sorry, I'm having a little harder time reading. Kashil feelings for Sonia. Next action. Are you asking me what is the next step, Muhammad? What is the next step that you should take? Or what are their feelings for you? What are their feelings for you? Maybe I'll try that one because I'm not sure. Okay, so what are the feelings for Kashif? For Sonia. What is Kashif's feelings for Sonia? What are Kashif's feelings for Sonia? What are Kashif's feelings for Sonia? Okay, well, I feel like you're going to get some communication soon. I feel like they're very relaxed with you, feel very safe with you, very, maybe even known this person from childhood. I would say that there is some kind of an entrance here of reconnection. The fact that we have the Ace of Wands is kind of a new sort of energy. Not necessarily like a new love or refresh of a situation, but it feels like you've known this person for quite some time is what I would say there. But again, when you get to the Ace of Wands, I mean, that's like something is... Page is to me is like, you know, kind of that little love off or whatever. But when I see it as an Ace of Wands, it's almost like there's a start of something that, you know, maybe turned from friendship to something deeper, possibly, is kind of what I'm getting there. But I feel like you've known this person for some time. Like I said, aces, you know, sort of speak to the potential in something, and it's still in that early stage, but there's kind of that promise and some clarity. So whether somebody did not communicate this with you initially, I feel like they will be communicating something to you very soon, which will become clear about, you know, so if there's a little if it's not clear about how someone feels about you here, I feel like you're going to get clear very soon. They're coming through with some kind of open, I don't know, I don't want to say open heart, but some kind of open gesture is being made towards you to sort of speak to this, you know, speak to that emotion, speak to that new start, speak to that getting things moving sort of energy. Again, and I would still say there's chemistry here, there's attraction. I do feel like this person feels that, you know, somebody may be very good communicating as well. Could be Gemini energy here as well, too. But again, I just feel like there is something here that's kind of pulling you closer, and there is going to be some kind of a communication from a period of, you know, distance. Maybe there was distance or something in this situation, but again, it feels like you've known them from childhood, or there are children somehow involved here. I'm not sure how that relates. Okay, so hopefully that gave you a little bit of peace. Sorry, I'm just going through the comments. Mihak, Kahibi Shuru. Wait one sec here. Trying to understand. Feel okay. Sorry, Priyanka. Current feelings of Shanu. Okay, what are Shanu's feelings for Priyanka? What are Shanu's feelings for Priyanka? Shanu's feelings for Priyanka. Okay. All right, there's a couple of things here. I mean, I still feel like there's something here about, you know, there's some kind of passionate energy. Somebody is, I feel, a little bit, I don't know if it's dirty or mischievous, but I mean, the fact that the devil is coming out here with the King of Wands is that energy of, you know, I love getting attention. And of course, the devil energy is, you know, kind of a bit of a toxic sort of energy. So, you know, maybe this person is kind of full of themselves, or has a lot of romantic kind of, you know, liaisons, or, you know, lots of powerful sexual chemistry, that kind of thing, I would say. But it's almost like it's so over the top, the temptation here, that it's almost, you know, could be kind of going down into a, it's hard to say. It could kind of go either way, I guess, because I do feel like there's some clarity about, you know, kind of moving things ahead, but there's a lot of desire here. But there's also, because that devil energy next to somebody who wants a lot of attention, it kind of speaks to me about, you know, I don't know, I don't want to say narcissist necessarily, but, you know, somebody who goes out of their way to, you know, to get attention, right? And I don't know if that really speaks to just you. It could also involve other people. But I would say right now at this point, I would say that this person sees you in a very, you know, sexual way, in a very passionate, has a lot of passionate feelings for you. So I would say that it's something more along that line. The only other thing that I would say here that, like, because the cards that follow, sorry, I might have to put it's so hot in here. But anyway, but as far as the King of Wands, like I said, that's somebody who could be mature energy here as well. Somebody, like I said, who gets a lot of attention, but I feel like they could be just a very sort of heated. They're just very heated. Like there's just a lot of lust, anyway, is what I'm kind of picking up there. Okay, so let's just get away from that and kind of move it into, sorry, I'm going to have to put the air conditioning on because I'm dying. All right, hold on a sec here. Not literally, just being dramatic. All right. Okay, so, all right, is there any future with him? I'll ask that too. But I'll just kind of go into this last part. Now, I do see you as the Libra, of course, coming in here wanting to work on things. So let's check it out. All right. So for Priyanka, is there any future? Is there any future with him, with Shanu? Is there any future with Shanu? Or is it just all passion? Okay, it's kind of mixed energy. Why the Death card? And why the Ten of Swords? Why the Three of Pentacles? Well, okay, so I do see that there's something to work on, but I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be problem-free for sure, but I do feel like with the Three of Pentacles, there's something to kind of build it up, you know what I mean? Like there's a coordination of efforts there. So I'm not going to say that at this point, I mean, again, it's going to be, you know, there's a longer period of time here to build on, but it just feels like there needs to be some planning or some strategizing on how to kind of bring this about. I would still say that for the most part, it still looks pretty good. Although I feel like either they're going through or you're going through some kind of heavy cycle here, because the Ten of Swords speaks to a difficult time where somebody's in transition and where there's something here about, you know, significant change that's taking place. And maybe there's, you know, something around something around money. Lots of money is a big part of this as well. But I want to say with the Three of Pentacles, that connection in terms of romance still speaks to a level of maturity that needs to kind of take place here. So I don't know if this person is, you know, fairly young, but it's almost like they're kind of too focused on maybe egoic things. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if that's, you know, kind of hitting home here, but it just feels like there's something here about there needs to be a level of maturity that occurs here with this person. So I don't know that that's quite where they are yet. They're close to it. They're close to it because the Ten of Swords does indicate that they're in a period of transformation. Like they're going through something quite significant. So I would just say hold out a little longer. I don't see any cards that kind of speak to there being, you know, no progress. I feel like there is progress. So, you know, the Death card is a transformation card, but as far as an actual romantic sort of situation, I still feel like they're having to let go of something that might be a little bit painful right now. So I don't know what that is, but I just feel like it's almost like something is kind of taking place in the background, but I don't know what this King of Pentacles is, because the King of Pentacles, whether this is them or you, there's someone here that kind of speaks to, you know, again, a mature energy. There's something about money here, but there's also something about they like the good life, or somebody likes the good life, or somebody's concerned about ego and all of that kind of stuff. Sorry, I guess I didn't really pull those forward there. But it just to me feels like there's something there that you can still work on that's practical, but it's almost like the relationship has to mature. There's something here that kind of speaks to a past life connection, possibly that they're healing from. But I still feel like there's almost something you're going to have to wait for that is going to have to take place within them. Nothing you can control. Okay, sorry about that. Didn't mean to drag it out, guys. I was just starting to roast to death in here. Okay, so Divine Roberts, is Tyler my match? Okay, let's see. Is Tyler my match? Is Tyler my match? Okay, well that flew out. So that's kind of, I would say kind of a match, something that creates balance for you in your life. But let's see. Is Tyler a match for Divine Roberts? Well, it's almost like, you know, I would say I would say it looks like a match actually in a certain sort of way here, because I mean the King of Wands is somebody who's really, likes a little bit of the attention and definitely has a charismatic way about them. And then it's kind of well matched with, again, the King of Swords. So that would be your energy. And it feels like there is a way to deepen this connection. There is something that can be worked on there. Like I said, the King of Swords is still possibly indicating there's some communication issues. But there's some practical things that you can kind of work on to sort of develop this, I would say. I would say the love, there's more, I don't know if I see love necessarily. I see more passion and more, there is a connection here, but it's not like a love interest in that way yet. So like, I'm not seeing it's moving into, it has to move into a new level of intimacy, and maybe that's why I'm seeing the Three of Pentacles. It's not there yet. It's almost like there's attraction. There's like a verbal connection, and there's some kind of charisma and all of that. There's attraction that way, but I just feel like the level of depth emotionally is maybe not quite there in a heartfelt, deep way. It's more along the lines of understanding one another, more along the lines of willing to, do things together, enjoying one another's company, because it's a match on a certain level. I'm going to say that. It's a match on a certain scale. But I would still say you're kind of working towards something there to level it up to the next, stage of development, which would be, of course, the Cups. Hopefully that helped. Elysian Seer? Yeah, go ahead, ask a question. Sorry, I just don't see the question there yet, but... Sorry, Divine Roberts, I hope that, like I said, I didn't see the cards not saying that it wasn't a good match. Just that there's not a lot of emotional depth yet there, but there is an understanding of one another. So I think that's actually pretty good, because sometimes they say the best relationships are the ones that, where you start off friends and you really have a really good understanding of where somebody's coming from, so you know how to meet their needs, right? You kind of grow into each other, because when it's too hot and flashy in the beginning, sometimes that fades to dust pretty quick. Because then you always compare it to, well, why wasn't it as fantastic as it was, 10 years ago or whatever? Because things have to evolve. Nothing stays the same. My ex broke up with me out of the blue recently. I want to know if any future returns towards each other. Elysian Seer, okay. Oh, okay, Divine Roberts. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Like I said, I still feel like you guys are kind of moving it into the next scale, though. You're kind of moving it into the next level. Yeah, because that Three of Pentacles tells me it's still in sort of practical mode there. But it does feel like it is moving in the right direction. It is moving in that direction. Because you're well matched as far as understanding one another. Okay, so back to you, Elysian Seer. My ex broke up. Okay, so let's see. Is there going to be a return for Elysian Seer? Will there be a return of her ex in her life? Will there be a return of her ex in her life? E. Okay, I'm not seeing that as a go. It kind of looks like a full end there, actually. What is the Magician? Why is the Magician here with the Two of Wands? Okay, well, I mean, just in kind of glance, I don't know if you can see all the cards there, but what I see here is a situation that's caused you a lot of worry, a lot of, anxiety. There definitely is kind of the sense of, still wanting or wishing for something with that Magician card, trying to make something happen, but, it's still, and it definitely shows the card of things having ended with the Ten of Swords. And it goes from the 9 to the 10, so it's a pretty complete, conclusive end there. I don't know why I'm seeing, though, under the Magician, you know, what was going forward around the home front has pretty much ended. So I'm going to stay with, I might just pull one more, but I don't think that this is going forward in the next short while anyway. There's no immediate return on this because the energy right now around you is kind of conclusive. Will there be a return of this person romantically? Will there be a return of this person romantically? And please clarify the Queen of Wands. Looks like they were somebody that you've known for some time, possibly from childhood here also. Could be water sign, younger person that's involved, maybe one that's older, one that's younger. Doesn't have to be. But I strongly water sign. And actually there might be some kind of communication that's coming in. But I don't know that I see it as, what is the communication? Very defensive, guarded communication. What's the communication? Okay, why is the Six of Wands with the communication with this person? Why is there a Six of Wands communication with this person? Why is this a win? It's a disappointment. There's a lot around the family front on this one. And I don't know if there was a family that was involved entirely. It's like there is a disappointment. There's a lot of sadness. But why is the Six of Wands here? Why is the Six of Wands here? There's a battle. There's jealousy. And why the Ten of Cups? Why would there be happiness? There's confusion around what brings happiness in a situation. Somebody has a lot of options available to them. And what's coming in quick? Yeah, I would say this person's bringing in more lies, more, you know, not a lot of truth coming in for you to deal with. Sorry, guys. Ambulance. I don't think you can trust this person right now. I don't know what they're doing, but it looks like they kind of moved on in some way. But I do feel like there's some lies going on. Sorry, just reading some of the other ones here, guys. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to shut it down, guys, because I got to go off. Got to go home and do the thing. So anyway, camera lost, sorry. Anyway, I will do another read for you guys soon here in the next little bit. Just a little late for me now. Keep moving forward, never give up. And like I said, energy changes all the time. So nothing's written in stone. Whatever actions that you take in the current space with the things that you're dealing with, always work on you first before, you know, relationships. You know, I should talk. I deal with that myself, but I will still say that, you know, when it comes to relationships, understanding ourselves is more important, because if you're stable, you know, then relationships are even that much better. So I would still say, you know, work on you and your own healing before kind of moving into anything right away, for sure. So anyway, I just wanted to say, keep going, keep moving forward, guys. And you're welcome, Alician, sorry. And like I say, I mean, there's other things. Hi, Minnie B. But yeah, like there's other things that, you know, that may come up here in the next short little while. But like I said, energy is always mutable, very changeable. You know, when you walk into a room, you can always feel different people's energy, and it affects us. So it's not to say that their lives won't change with the energies that affect them. And, you know, maybe they're going through a huge transition themselves to sort of find themselves. So keep moving forward on that note. Take care.